Hey people, here we are, just a quick demonstration showing you how to use an Electribe as a 64-step sequencer. What I've got up for this demonstration is just a simple setup, MIDI out of the Electribe straight into the Volca Keys. Volca Keys is set up for MIDI channel 1. And if you can see this clearly enough on this front panel here, you see there's two parts in an Electribe, being a two-part analog modelling synth. Okay, so if we want to see what channels the outputs for each of these two synths, press the MIDI button and we'll see here that LED matches up with the first line. So part 1 is channel 1. Scroll down to the next line, go across, part 2 is channel 2. Press the pattern key just to clear that and get back to the pattern that we're in question. Now, when I hit play, I'm going to play whatever pattern is set up for this A31. And as soon as I hit play here, you see that the keys is playing. And you see it here that we've got a bass and a lead part. And if I have a look here, I'm selecting on selected part 1. Turn the level down for part 1. So we hear the different tones been playing here. Turn part 1 back up. Turn part 2 down. Can't hear the difference. Okay, so that's just MIDI out of here. That pattern sequence here. 4 parts, 16 steps per part, 64-step sequencer. Okay, so that's the using this as a sequencer to generate something else. 2 parts, set up 64 steps for each. This can be MIDI channel 1, your bass can be MIDI channel 2. Configure your lead and your bass on here to the appropriate channels and drive your instruments. Now the next thing that I wanted to show was the MIDI recording. So what I've got at the moment, if I go to memory and I select 3, I've blanked one of the patterns. So as you can see there's nothing working there at the moment. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to make sure that when I went to record, which is the next thing I'm going to show, that we'd actually have, we wouldn't be playing some other pattern in the keys at the same time as in here. So scroll through until I find the god-awful pattern that I prepared earlier. It's only 16 steps, but for the purposes of the demo it should do fine. So turn the volume down on this, turn the volume up on this, and hope that the batteries in the mobile cube don't go flat. So it's going to sound like crap because I deliberately messed around with these to make it sound as flat as possible. So that's part 2. Okay, so that's killed pretty much everything. So they're playing as. Now part 1 is going to be the bassy bit. Okay, so if I turn the keys up, well, you get the idea. It's not brilliant. So the next thing is we want to be able to record this pattern into here. So turn that down. And it's just simply a matter of hitting record. Let it go through the sequence. And then stop. Stop this. And we should go back over here. A bit better. Anyway, that should be enough to give you an idea. All I would have to do now is just hit memory right. There it is, saved in slot 3. Just to prove it, turn it back on again. There we go.